So not that long ago, I was trying to clean up some of the achievements that I didn't have prior to Unicorn Pack coming out. Of course, that ship has sailed now, and there are now tons and tons of achievements that I don't have. One of the older pets that I still don't have the achievement for is cockroach. And it's not really very surprising, is it? I think for a lot of people, cockroach is going to be on the least bought list for tier 1. And I actually checked the stats prior to recording this video. I thought cockroach would be my least bought tier 1, but it isn't. If you exclude the unicorn ones, I think I have 3 or 4 that are lower than cockroach. Horse, pied tamarin, and pigeon, I think. Although I guess pigeon doesn't really count since it's a new one. But my goal here was to try and get the cockroach achievement in custom packs. And I don't know if that's easier than doing it in Star Pack. I guess in Star Pack you could just play the strawberry build and you'd probably be okay. But I wanted to limit exactly what I was able to do here, so I'm going to try and do it with as minimal scaling as possible. And that kind of makes sense. I mean, cockroach has got this very weird ability where you can give it as much health as you want, but if you scale its attack, you're actually going to waste a lot of attack. Because it's going to reset on the following turn. So one of the ways you can get around that in the early game in customs is with moth. So we've got the cockroach at the front, and the moth is going to give it a bunch of attack. And moth is just generally a very strong take early in customs. It's one of the most taken units, possibly because it's free to play, but also it just has a very good ability that it allows you to convert a bunch of units into much stronger units. So we're going for the swan level up as well, and I freeze the broccoli because I can just feed that to the cockroach. I don't really care about removing any attack from it. And then I kind of set up the pack in order to try and make use of some of the late game equipment. So I would really like to have cockroach either have a skewer or chili or maybe a peanut, anything that's going to benefit it for having high health. Because we just cannot rely on its attack stat, and I am going to get rid of the moth sooner or later. Now I did have a bunch of attempts at this where I took meerkat or dodo, and that's an easy way to combo with the cockroach to make sure that it has high attack to go with the high health. But most of those weren't really panning out the way I wanted them to, so I kind of changed my approach a little bit, and we'll see some of the pets that I ended up using in a minute, I think. So we get 2 level ups here, the cockroach and the swan. And I get the choice between moose, crane, and armadillo fire ant. So I guess if you had a really high level fire ant and you had a bunch of things already on 50 attack, you could potentially give the cockroach attack on feint. I think that would be pretty unlikely though. So instead what I decided to do is use one of my other least bought pets, and that is the armadillo. And there have been a bunch of requests for armadillo in the past, so hopefully this game satisfies those. Unfortunately here the crane actually gets sniped by the one shot from the lynx, but it doesn't matter. We have so much health from the armadillo, we're going to be fine. And of course, because it is an achievement run, we do have to spend a bit of gold trying to actually get the cockroach to level 3. Although I think I'm going to go for the armadillo level first, and then we'll probably just take the foo dog here to give some extra health to the future tier 5s that we might purchase. So with the pie as well, pie is very good with cockroach. I mean, honestly, like at this point, cockroach's ability doesn't do you any favors at all. It's okay in the early game, but turn 8, there's no real synergy here. We're just doing our best to try and limit how much damage cockroach is doing to our team. And so giving it a pie is one way that you can boost its stats so that it at least has a bit higher attack. And of course, if we get the successful hurt trigger, the crane is going to give it attack at the same time as the melon. And we'll definitely take eggplant here. I think I've mentioned this before many times that if you're going for like a really suboptimal team, taking eggplant is one of the best things you can do. I mean, it was the case in Golden Pack when Golden Pack still had eggplant, and it's certainly the case in customs even though eggplant was moved up to tier 5. So we actually lose here to a zombie cricket team. Kind of funny to have the level 3 cockroach team going against the zombie cricket. But I've also got the Panther here, and I think I take pie on it just now. However, ultimately we are going to want to put pancakes on it, because then that will also give extra attack to our cockroach. Now we also get Quetzalcoatl here, which can be used to level up the cockroach to level 3 very cheaply. It is our only unit tier 3 or below. And the Panther goes to the front, and we completely mess up this team's order. The microbe ends up getting melon from the turtle, and we should be okay. They do end up with a lot of health, but the vampire bat, much like the cockroach, has very low attack. So Quetzalcoatl can go. That's the cheapest 2 chocolate bars you could possibly find, I think. And we get the mongoose. So we're definitely going to switch things up again, put the cockroach at the front. We find the pancakes, which I think I will give to the Panther. And I am considering going for the partial level on the armadillo. I think I probably should give it to the Panther instead. Having a good old think about it. Or maybe I'm going to move the order here a bit. Now that I have the cockroach getting the peanut, it's better to have the armadillo receive the melon from the crane so that we can potentially kill multiple units with the cockroach. Assuming the cockroach's attack is going to go above 20, which I don't think it is in this following battle. I guess we'll find out. Yeah, 19, not quite enough. We do get 1 kill, but not enough to kill through the melon. And I don't think we've got quite enough here. Now, it is often quite difficult to tell when you first see the opponent if you're going to be able to beat them with the armadillo. It's just a little bit strange like that. Now, we should have enough attack for the peanut to be an instant kill now. So we just have to avoid any of the ailment pets. And we actually get matched with this leviathan seagull team. I already made a video about this. I'll put a link to that in the description. And with 23 attack, the cockroach gets 3 kills, which is incredible to see. And then the very high health on our units at the back is going to mean we take care of the seagull. That team would otherwise be incredibly strong, I think, if they weren't going against Peanut with high health. But unfortunately now our mongoose toy has run out, so we actually need to find either Waffle or another mongoose. And I did buy the crane there. I could have just left the crane and kept rolling. And you can see I'm very hesitant to leave that pancakes behind. And since we are going to keep the mongoose, okay, I'm going to go for the level 2 crane instead. Probably should have bought the pancakes, I think, because we want the food shop to be open for the waffle. And in the end, I just unfreeze it. There was actually walrus there as well, but I think it's much better to just guarantee that the front unit gets the peanut rather than it being random. Now we face a summon team here. Orca, one of the banes of my existence in custom packs. They get tapir plus hedgehog, which is not too bad. And thankfully the tapir doesn't copy the deer. So looks like we're going to be okay. The attack from the Panther plus pancakes, the difference between our stats in shop and in battle is so extreme. It's really quite bizarre to see. And there we go, double waffle plus the mongoose. I instant buy the waffle even though there's a mongoose in the shop. But it's fine because we rolled the double. I can save them both in case we end up tying or losing. And I definitely should just buy the mongoose here because I have the waffle. We really would like to have peanut on 2 of the units at the front if we can. And it's another summon team. This time, actually I think the last summon team had Bird of Paradise, which was a bit odd. But this one is a proper Toad Vulture team. We do move the wolf with the eggplant, so they miss out on 1 summon there. And the Toad Crane combo, one of my most hated things that happens in customs, is when the crane goes first and the Toad replaces it. But the Panther in the back is going to take a hit from the Vulture and then have just enough health to gain the tie. I feel like I was a bit unlucky there not to win, but at the same time, you'll take the draw in that situation any day. So peanut jar again. Now we just look for the second mongoose. We don't find it. We'll just take the armadillo. I don't know if I have level 3 Armadillo already, but clearly I just didn't have time to get it in this run. And the matchmaking system dredges up Elephant, Blowfish, Tiger, and we messed them up with the combination of the peanut and the eggplant. And the Tiger's lemon is just going to get removed by the level 3 Elephant. And to be honest, the Tiger only survives there because of all the health we gave it with the Armadillo. And there we go, level 3 Cockroach, Ribbon in custom packs turn 15 with a very low statted squad. Such a fun run and so satisfying to get the win.